Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to take you on a journey that's raw, real, and revealing. We're about to dive deep into a truth that most people are too afraid to even whisper about, but not us. Not here. Not today. You ever feel like some people walk into your life and drain the energy out of the room? Like they feed on your light while keeping you in the dark? That's not just psychology. That's spiritual warfare. I'm talking about narcissists, people who appear charming on the outside, confident, magnetic, but behind the mask, there's something sinister, something dark, something demonic. Yes, I said it, demonic. Because when someone shows no empathy, no remorse, no real connection to others, that's not just brokenness, that's possession. But here's the shocking truth most don't see. Narcissists aren't just manipulative vessels. Vessels for destructive energy, for spirits that thrive on chaos, control, and confusion. These spirits twist truth, distort love, and dismantle souls. And the most dangerous part? They make you question your worth, your sanity, your identity. But here's what I want you to remember. You are not crazy. You are under attack. And if you want to break free, if you want to reclaim your power, you have to stop playing small and start playing spiritually smart. You don't fight demonic energy with logic. You fight it with light, with truth, with radical love for yourself. And the moment you expose the darkness, it loses power. So today I want you to do one thing. Draw the line. Enough tolerating toxicity, enough second-guessing your spirit, enough dancing with demons in human form. You are not here to be a victim. You are here to rise. You are here to heal. You are here to unleash your God-given power. Let's go deeper. Let's break the cycle. And let's never, ever allow darkness to dim our divine light again, because you are the miracle. You are the revolution. And starting today, you walk in truth, power, and freedom. Let's go. Let's stop sugarcoating it. There's this idea floating around that narcissists are just hurt people who hurt people. Who hurt people who are sure on the surface there's truth to that. But if you stop there, you're only seeing half the battlefield. What if I told you that behind the charm, behind the fake smiles, behind the manipulation, there's something deeper going on, something spiritual? Narcissists don't just play mind games, they create psychological prisons. They don't just hurt, they consume. You ever notice how being around them leaves you confused? Depleted, doubting your worth? That's not just trauma bonding, that's spiritual warfare. These individuals can act as conduits for dark energy, for parasitic spirits that thrive on destruction, division, and domination. And if you're not awake to this truth, you become a perfect target. They seek light, not to backstand it, but to extinguish it. And they'll wrap their toxicity in love bombs, promises, even spiritual language, until you're addicted to the chaos. This isn't just about psychology. It's about the spirit behind the mask. It's about unmasking the predator that wears a people-pleaser's face. And once you see it for what it is, you'll never fall for it again. Listen, I'm not saying every narcissist is possessed by a demon with horns and smoke. I'm saying that their behavior mirrors the patterns of spiritual evil, deception, manipulation, control, seduction, destruction. That's not random. That's not just the way they are. That's a calculated energy feeding off of your soul's light. These spirits hijack the personality. They twist reality, warp identity, and operate through egos so inflated they leave no room for empathy. It's why a narcissist can destroy someone emotionally and sleep like a baby. Why they can gaslight someone into breakdown, then play victim. They don't feel remorse, because the spirit in operation doesn't register love or truth. The enemy works through the path of least resistance, and a narcissist's unchecked ego is the perfect open door. But here's the power you need to hear. Once you recognize this truth, you're no longer under their spell. Once you stop trying to fix them and start fortifying yourself, you shift the game. You were never meant to heal their demons. You were meant to rise above them. And once you see narcissists not just as a toxic people, but as spiritual traps, you'll stop engaging with them from your wounds and start defending your peace from your warrior soul. This is your wake-up call. Don't just defend your heart. Protect your spirit. Let's get one thing straight. You can't fight what you don't see. And when it comes to narcissistic abuse, awareness is not just healing. It's liberation. It's the first exorcism. The moment you name the spirit, the mask begins to crack. The manipulation loses its grip. Because darkness only has power when it hides in your blind spots. Narcissists rely on confusion. They spin lies so slick that even the strongest people start to doubt their instincts. But when you finally wake up, when the fog clears and you say, "This isn't love, this is control," that's when the chains start breaking. It's like flipping on the light in a haunted house. Suddenly you realize, I'm not crazy. I've been under the influence of someone else's agenda. That's the first step to freedom. Because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. You can't fall for the same charm, the same gaslighting, the same trauma loop. Because the illusion is shattered. That awareness, that deep soul-level clarity is your spiritual weapon. It doesn't come from reading a meme or watching a video. It comes when you feel the truth resonate in your bones and finally accept, I've been in a spiritual battle, and now I'm ready to fight back. Awareness isn't passive, it's revolutionary. It's the moment you stop surviving and start taking back territory, you begin to rewrite the story. Because awareness doesn't just show you who they are, it shows you who you are. You're not broken, you're not weak, you've just been under siege. But now, and clarity is power. Once you become aware, you stop playing defense and start taking spiritual authority. You begin to draw boundaries, not from fear, but from truth. You start to say, I know more. Not from a place of bitterness, but from inner alignment. Because awareness leads to awakening, and awakening leads to action. That's when the demon gets nervous. That's when the narcissist loses control. Because the game only works when you're blind to it. When you become aware, real manipulation becomes obvious. Their fake charm becomes irritating, their control tactics transparent. That's when you stop reacting and start responding with power. You no longer dance with the darkness and walk in the light. And let me tell you something, that light inside you, it's not just bright, it's blinding. And once it's on full beam, no demon can dwell where you stand, so step into awareness like your life depends on it, because it does. And once you do, freedom isn't just possible, it's inevitable, let's be real. Some of you are out here trying to rationalize spiritual warfare. You're trying to explain narcissistic abuse with logic, with reason, with a maybe if I just communicate better. No. Stop trying to debate with darkness. You can't outlogic a spirit that feeds on confusion. You can't understand your way out of spiritual manipulation. Narcissists will twist your words, flip your truth, and gaslight you into thinking you're the problem. Why? Because you're trying to use mental tools for a spiritual battle. You're fighting fire with feathers. It doesn't work. What does work? Raising your frequency, raising your vibration. Because when you elevate your energy, when you start aligning with truth, self-love, and divine power, the darkness can't stand your presence. It's repelled. Just like mold can't grow in the sunlight, narcissistic energy can't survive in a soul that's fully lit. Logic helps you see the pattern, but only your spiritual energy can break the pattern. You've got to step out of survival mode and then mode. This is a shift from a why. Is this happening to me? To a what part of me is still tolerating this? That's the breakthrough. When you raise your frequency, you stop playing on the narcissist battlefield and start standing on sacred ground. You're no longer triggered by their chaos because you've outgrown it energetically. They try to provoke you, and it's like trying to light a match in a hurricane. It just doesn't work anymore. That's the beauty of inner work. When you heal, you rise, and when you rise, you no longer attract or even notice the same level of toxicity. Your boundaries get stronger. Your peace gets louder. Your energy becomes so high vibrational that low frequency people can't even access you. That's how you win, not by arguing. Not by explaining yourself one more time. You win by transforming your energy into something so powerful, so pure, that the demonic forces behind manipulation can't touch you. This is what I call spiritual sovereignty. The ability to stand in your truth, unshaken, unstoppable, unbreakable. You're not here to play small. You're not here to stay stuck in trauma loops. You are here to shine. You are here to elevate. You are here to rise. And when your energy rises, guess what happens? The narcissist fades, the demon flees, the darkness disappears. Because no shadow can withstand the presence of someone who walks in light. So don't just defend your peace, become the peace. Raise your frequency and watch the battlefield disappear beneath your feet. So now you see it. We're not just talking about toxic relationships. We're not just dealing with difficult personalities. We're talking about spiritual infiltration, the kind that slips through emotional wounds, wears a human face, and hijacks your life from the inside out. Narcissists aren't just damaged souls. Some are vessels for destructive energy. And the longer you stay in denial, the more power you give to that spirit. At the moment you step into awareness, the moment you shine the light on what's really going on, you've already begun the exorcism. That's the shift. That's when you take your power back. But here's the key. You can't fight this war with your intellect. You can't reason with darkness. You can't fix demonic energy with empathy and apologies. You have to do something bigger, something spiritual. You have to raise your frequency, elevate your identity, and anchor into your divine authority. When you do that, the darkness won't just leave. It will run. This isn't about freedom. This is about freedom. You're not here to be a target. You are here to be a warrior of light. You are not a victim of narcissistic abuse. You are the solution. You are the break in the cycle, the light in the bloodline, the turning point in your story. So here's what I leave you with. Stop playing small. Start standing tall. Speak truth. Walk in light. And never ever dance with demons disguised as love again. Let's ride.